other. Some people that I've kind of helped behind the scenes, and to see them attack, oh, I wouldn't have let him do this, I wouldn't have said that.
The problems that people have with me, they aren't my problems. So the idea of being petty or going back and forth, it's so beneath me because I don't have the problem. And
Kevin Hart might be running the comedy game in Hollywood right now, but don't be fooled by that big old smile and those awkward gym vids. Behind the scenes, it's looking shady, real shady. And now, Shannon Sharpe's caught in the chaos, and this ain't no petty celeb beef or social media roasting. This one's serious. We're talking about career-ending moves here. Shannon just lost out on a $100 million deal, got slammed with a nasty lawsuit, and now a 19-year-old OnlyFans model is accusing him of disturbing behavior.
Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
That's not just a rough week, that's a full-blown takedown. And guess what? Katt Williams just jumped into the drama, and he's aiming straight at Kevin Hart. What he's saying? It's what folks have been quietly hinting at for years. Katt's calling this a setup, not a scandal. He's saying Kevin's been making chess moves behind the curtain while playing nice in public. And here's the wild part. Every time Kevin levels up in the game, another powerful black man seems to get pushed out. Just a coincidence? Katt doesn't think so. He says Kevin's been smiling for the cameras while pulling strings backstage like a real puppet master. This ain't some brand new beef. It's been brewing for years. Katt Williams and Kevin Hart, that tension runs deep, way before the club shea madness ever popped off. That interview was just the explosion. This drama's been heating up since the early 2000s. Back then, Katt had the streets locked down.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is this something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged. So, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning.
You look
said
good
no to that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
Running the comedy game with Hollywood knocking like crazy. But then, out of nowhere, his projects started disappearing. Roles he was promised, snatched, and handed to other dudes. Katt never let that slide. He's still saying Kevin didn't grind for that spotlight. He was placed there. Think about it. Kevin dropped Soul Plane, it flopped hard, but instead of fading out, he got handed TV shows, movie deals, endorsements, the whole package. Who else flops like that and still gets upgraded? According to Katt, it wasn't about talent, it was about backdoor deals. And now with Shannon Sharpe getting dragged through the mud, people are finally starting to connect the dots. While Kevin's fame kept climbing, Katt was getting roasted in the media, called a crackhead, unstable, out of control. But here's the twist. Katt says he wasn't spiraling, he was targeted. And guess who kept winning every time Katt got canceled or thrown under the bus? Kevin! Now rewind back to the 2000s and 2010s. Remember when it felt like every black comedian was being tossed in wigs and dresses just for laughs? That wasn't random. That was the industry playing games. Kevin once said he'd never rock a dress for a role. But then, boom, he pops up in one on Saturday Night Live with zero hesitation. And the timing? Mad suspicious. Just before that, Dave Chappelle had gone viral, telling Oprah how he refused to wear a dress just to please Hollywood execs. He wasn't about to be anyone's punchline.
And he put this dress on, and what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't even wear no dress to be funny.
Then suddenly here comes Kevin, all smiles, wearing one like it's no big deal. Katt Williams took that as the smoking gun. Clear proof Kevin was out here playing the Hollywood game by their rules. But it didn't stop there. Back when Katt was still killing the comedy scene, the industry flipped on him fast. Out of nowhere, people were whispering that he was wilding out, strung out, even dangerous. But check this. Most of those claims didn't come from police or court doc. They came straight from media spin and slick PR setups. Then Kevin hit the Breakfast Club and went off. Instead of keeping it cool, he put Katt on blast, saying he destroyed his own career, blaming everything on him. But fans weren't feeling it. Like, why was Kevin spending so much energy tearing down a guy who wasn't even a threat anymore? That's where it gets dark. Some folks think Kevin wasn't just defending himself. He was trying to erase Katt altogether. Let's be real. Hollywood loves a safe face. Somebody who smiles, plays nice, and doesn't cause waves.
Good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy. Yeah. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You f***ed off promo shoots. You f***ed off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios...
Kevin fit that mold perfectly, but Katt, he was too raw, too real, and never about to sell out for a paycheck. This thing ran deep. Katt Williams said movie roles that were meant for him got handed over to Kevin after he refused to do certain scenes, especially anything degrading or involving assault against black men. One of the wildest examples, Friday After Next, Katt claimed they wanted his character to be assaulted in a bathroom scene, and when he said nah, suddenly he was labeled difficult. And guess who slid right into the role? Kevin. Katt stood his ground and refused to be humiliated on screen. And what did he get for it? Blacklisted. Straight iced out of the game. Meanwhile, Kevin, who apparently had no problem doing those types of scenes, got blessed with the next big offers like they were gift wrapped. Fast forward to 2024, and Katt pulls up on Club Shannon Sharpe's podcast, and boom, he drops the most viral interview of the year. And when he started going in on Kevin Hart again, he didn't hold anything back. Fans were waiting for Kevin to fire back, maybe a tweet, a statement, something. But Kevin went ghost at first. Then weeks later, during a live NBA broadcast, he slipped in some weird out-of-pocket jokes about Katt. They didn't even match the vibe of the moment. Everyone watching caught it. Kevin was throwing slick shade, trying to act like it was all jokes. But here's the twist. While Kevin was throwing jabs, Shannon started catching strays. After that Club episode blew up, Shannon's whole world started spinning.
44 years old. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%. You look up my rap sheet. I've never had a DUI or a possession of anything. See, when you real, you can tell the truth about anything or anybody. I answer to no one but
fast. And nobody saw that coming. Boom. Out of nowhere, Shannon Sharpe gets hit with a jaw-dropping lawsuit that rocked everything. A 19-year-old named Gabriella Zuniga, known online as She's Carly, slapped him with a $50 million lawsuit. And let's be clear, this wasn't some random fan or girl from church. Gabriella's an OnlyFans model, and word is, she met Shannon at a gym last year when he was 54. And that's when things allegedly got messy. But this lawsuit, it's heavy. Gabriella came with serious claims, dark, disturbing, and detailed. She says Shannon pulled her into a secret relationship, pressured her into race play, made violent threats, groped her repeatedly, recorded her without consent, even accused him of sneaking into her apartment and threatening to kill her if she called for help. Wild, right? But here's where the timing gets real shady. This lawsuit drops right when Shannon was sealing a $100 million media deal. Just a coincidence? A lot of folks say no way. It's giving setup vibes, like someone was out to ruin him on purpose. And suddenly, the questions start flying. How did this young OnlyFans model even cross paths with Shannon? And how did her lawsuit come so fully armed? Like a legal team was already waiting in the wings. People are saying this ain't just about some messy situations. It's chess, not checkers. The way it all lined up feels like a power move from deep behind the curtain. Shannon was on the brink of the biggest bag of his life. And then this drops. That's not bad luck. That's a straight up takedown move.
Another fun fact about the New York Knicks, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Katt Williams bought the Knicks.
He definitely bought it.
He bought the Knicks, yeah. And it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt.
You could do that. You didn't know you could do that.
The first person ever did.
Yeah. Oh, they gave him a 30-day policy.
He had it. Well, he bought it for 15 days
and returned it.
Yeah. That's another fun fact about the New York Knicks.
He made the team.
He played.
He played.
Oh, he played. He played with the Knicks. He played with them.
We know he's fast. They say he's fast.
Yeah,
he run a
one of the fastest.
3.9.
What you say?
A sub 3.9.
He figured out how to play basketball from reading all them books.
3,000 of them.
3,000 a year.
A year.
That's 2 a day. That's 6 years.
That's when a very familiar name slid into the mix. Jaguar Wright. And she didn't come quiet. She came with explosive claims. According to her, Gabriella Zuniga wasn't just some random influencer. She was tied to a powerful Hollywood bloodline, the Zuniga family. Yeah, like Daphne Zuniga from Melrose Place. And word is, Daphne's connected to those secretive elite circles, meaning this whole situation might have been plotted from day one. And just when folks thought things couldn't get any wilder, boom! Gabriella dropped receipts, texts, audio clips, the whole package. Then Shannon tried flipping the script, painting himself as the victim. But Gabriella clapped back hard with a voice memo, and it was nasty. It caught Shannon making disturbing, freaky, and violent comments that had fans in total shock. Then came the jaw dropper. Shannon's own lawyer confirmed he offered Gabriella $10 million to stay quiet. That didn't scream innocent, it screamed panic mode. Maybe not a legal confession, but it showed he was scared enough to try and bury the whole thing with hush money. Now imagine being Shannon. Your name's all over the headlines, deals are crumbling, and the internet's tearing you apart. That's when things flipped. The streets started whispering. Kevin made a few calls. Let's not act like Kevin Hart isn't deeply plugged in. He's got ties in every studio, network, and streaming platform out there. He's the golden boy with the clean image, hosting shows, running tequila ads with The Rock. If Kevin told the right execs that Shannon was bad for business, that's all it might have taken to pull the plug. Let's keep it real. Kevin definitely had motive. That Club Shay Shay interview didn't just go viral, it went viral at his expense.
I wouldn't have let him do this, I wouldn't have said that. But you know what? It took me a long time, Cam. Because when you play sports, you understand.
Katt Williams straight up called him a plant, a sellout, and a Hollywood puppet. And Shannon, he sat there grinning, didn't defend Kevin, didn't push back, just let it all fly. But when things hit the fan, Shannon did fire back, just not at Katt or Kevin. He came for the legal muscle behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby. Yeah, that Tony Busby, the same dude who went after Diddy and tried coming for Jay-Z. Shannon didn't hold back. He accused Busby of having a personal agenda, targeting powerful black men and dragging them through the mud in the media before the court even seized the case. And then it got even spicier. Shannon threw down the gauntlet and challenged Busby to prove the case in court instead of waging a war through headlines. It was a bold move, no doubt, but was it enough? The truth is, the damage might have already been done. Big brands started backing off, and that $100 million media deal, it's hanging by a thread. Meanwhile, Kevin Hart, silent. No tweet, no interview, not even a shady IG story. Nothing, just watching it all unfold like it's a movie. And when you step back and look at the bigger picture, it stops feeling like random drama and starts looking like a pattern. First, it was Katt Williams, blackballed after speaking out. Then Monique, labeled difficult for calling out bad deals. And now, Shannon Sharpe's catching heat right after giving Katt and Monique a voice on his platform. Coincidence?
I have a little resentment towards you because you beating a team.
Right.
Or you know, certain fan bases are going to feel a certain type of way. And I felt that the better the player, the more vitriol and hate he's going to get from opposing fans. I got that. But in this situation, I can honestly say I did not expect the level of vitriol and the suddenness. That's what really got me, the suddenness.
Would you
Everyone I've seen got a keeper.
would you have wanted to do Comic View or Def Comedy Jam? Would you have wanted to be?
I think we just mentioned I did them both.
Or a setup from the top. First, he brought Monique on, then Katt Williams, and right after that, boom, Shannon Sharpe's name is suddenly wrapped up in a scandal that could end his career. Sponsors vanished. That $100 million deal, dangling by a thread. The internet's eating it up, and guess who's still untouched in the chaos? Kevin Hart. No lawsuits, no bad press, no headlines dragging his name, just more movie deals, tequila ads, and red carpet smiles. While everyone else is crashing, Kevin keeps climbing. And now, people aren't just curious, they're convinced. Kevin's not just leveling up, he's shining every time someone else around him gets knocked down. So what do you think? Bad luck or someone pulling strings from behind the curtain? Is Kevin the puppet or the puppet master? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear it all. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more crazy breakdowns just like this. Trust us, we've got way more coming your way. See you in the next one.